Welcome you all, respected Shrotas, for a very good initiative beginning and a very healthy continuation of the study of our moksha giving Adhyatmika Sanatana Dharma Shastras. Yoga Vasishta Maharamayana, Dhanyashtakam, Sankshipta Skanda Puranam, Badrika Kshetra Mahatyam we started, and our Parayanama Prasthana Traya. Very good. It is only a suggestion. Let this continue. Let us become more applying ourselves in grasping the subject and living up to it. Let us invoke the divine Kripa of Guru and God for this to happen in this very life of ours. Friends, the 13 Vyaktitvas of Lokasevaka Dharmasthabaka Viragi Bhakta Shishya Mumukshu Jignasu Shrota Sadhaka Parishrami Prerita Prashanta Gambhira and also Samskrita Bhasha Gnata Vyakarana Sahita. Let us focus our attention to strengthen and develop them. And also let us not hesitate in taking the help from the Parabrahma Tattva, from the Ishvara, from for Jagannatha, from all the Devatagana, Guru Gana, Shastra Gana. Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayam, toward the end of second, Mumukshu Vyavahara Prakaranam, 18th Sarga, Drushtanta Nirupanam. So many Drushtantas to tell us the ultimate benefit and the byproduct benefits of studying the Shastra thoroughly and doing the due sadhana. Again, Vasishtha now took up the topic that while giving knowledge of the truth in this text, through this text, and by all texts of all times by all the rishis, there is no way than giving upamana examples, yukti logics. Other than that, the truth which is unknowable through any of the faculties cannot be indicated. And yet, we agree with you, the listeners, that the no upamana is complete enough to exactly picture or picturize or portray the truth. We agreed. The truth is beyond everything of this world, of names and forms, for any comparison to be a simile, any simile or any metaphors, etc. Yet, this is the way. So, accept that way with your full faith, develop that special intuitive faculty to catch the knowledge that is given through the examples and throw the examples. Don't hang on to example. Don't expect the example to communicate the entire truth. And there is no way other than example also. So this is how Maharaj in the beginning only is hinting to us the need of the Upamana Drishtanta and limitation of it in communicating the Brahma Tattva completely. Like every preparation we do for the sleep, none of them directly help the sleep. But when they are all done, sleep just happens. Isn't it? Same way, when all these inquiries, contemplations done, with the help of examples, analogies, with all Shraddha, it just will happen as it went on happening to all the serious, sincere Shraddhalu seekers right from the beginning of creation. This topic of Dushtanta, its limitation, nowhere else we are told so detailedly. And this topic we study here, then we sympathize with every text and every example giving Mahatma in every of the class or satsang and make benefit of gaining the knowledge through that example rather than worried about example, hanging over the example, trying to find disparities between the example given and the thing the Mahatma wanted to communicate. पूरा शत प्रतिशत कोई एग्जाम्पल परमात्मा का दर्शन या ज्ञान नहीं करा सकता. एक देशीयता याद रख लेना. only a part and parcel. Right? Like every step takes only you toward the terrace little by little. None of the one step completely helps. Every morsel of food doesn't fill our stomach, but one by one. Every one aspect of protein, vitamin do not sustain our sharir. Same way, one person in our, isn't it? One aspect of tree, roots are there, chalta nahi. You have to have the trunk, the branches, secondary branches and all. In the same way, one example will not convey the truth comprehensively, but that is the way slowly we apprehend the truth. We have seen yesterday up to Narayana 53 mantras. Yeah, let us see from that mantra again. We have 70. We may not be able to finish today. जितना हो सके कर लो बाकी कल ओम 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 सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ओम शान्तिः 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 ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ओम यैर्मे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व सच्छास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ओम श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने ओम तस्मै श्री गुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नता स्मः पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरभिकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि सद्गुरुं तं नमामि ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यासादि ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद् योगवासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव कैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहाससन्तवाङ्मयोक्त साध्यसाधनानुभवसिद्धितत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवतादर्शनानुग्रहानुभवप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दव संस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां मोक्षमार्गाणां गुरुशिष्यभक्तभगवत् परम्परादीनां भक्तिज्ञानयोगवेदान्तादि प्रक्रियाणां पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिकप्रगति शान्तिपुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् सनातनधर्मसंस्थापने कङ्कणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां पूर्णायुरारोग्यैश्वर्य क्षेमस्थैर्यधैर्यवीर्यादि समस्त शक्ति संपदा सानुकूल्यता साधनानां प्राप्ति बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्य दिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालयादीनां भूभागादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापना उपासना यज्ञ याग साधना सेवा तपस्यादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तरशत्रूणां शाश्वतरूपेण समूलनिर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः सुसम्प्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्षधर्मपुरुषार्थप्रतिष्ठाद्वारा विश्वसंरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थं अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सर्वेषां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद्देवता गुरुशास्त्रसत्सङ्गसाधना सेवा मातापितृदेशधर्म सनातनधर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थम् अनेकशास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नमध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री योगवासिष्ठ महारामायणशास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं तदनन्तरं धन्याष्टकस्तोत्रस्य आद्यशङ्करकृत अध्ययनं संक्षिप्तस्कन्दपुराणपारायणं प्रस्थानत्रयपारायणान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीयोपनिषदः ब्रह्मवल्याः भाष्यसमेतपारायणं वयं सर्वे मोक्षार्थं जन्मसाफल्यार्थं करिष्यामहे। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्रपरब्रह्मणे नमः। वसिष्ठविश्वामित्रवाल्मीकियादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीयोगवासिष्ठमहारामायणशास्त्रं मङ्गलाचरणश्लोकाः। ॐ यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरेवनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्रपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीयोगवासिष्ठमहारामायणशास्त्रं श्रीवसिष्ठमहर्षये नमः। अथ द्वितीयमुमुक्षुव्यवहारप्रकरणं दृष्टान्तनिरूपणं नाम अष्टादशः सर्गः। श्रीवसिष्ठ उवाच। So, yesterday we saw all the 6 sadhana steps we are taught in those 3 shlokas. सुखासनोपविष्टेन यथा संभवमश्नुता भोगजालं सदाचारविरुद्धेषु न तिष्ठता यथा क्षणं यथा देशं प्रविचारयता सुखं यथा संभवसत्सङ्गम् इदं शास्त्रम् अथ इतरत् आसाद्यते महाज्ञानमोदः संसारशान्तिदः सः न भूयः जायते येन योनियन्त्रप्रपीडनम्. All these steps, 6 of them we thoroughly saw. Then towards the end, we saw yesterday the need of upavana drishtanta, because the rule is always unknown is made to be known through the known only. So that known which helps us in knowing the unknown is called as drishtanta. So yena iha ananubhute arthe दृष्टेन अर्थेन बोधनम. So yena iha, in this world, anabnubhute arthe, that object which is not known to us, drishtena arthena bodhanam, the bodhanam, teaching of that particular knowledge through the drishtena artha, through the known thing. In that case, bodha upakara phaladam, that which was given the phala of the bodha, that particular paddhati and that particular thing is called as tam drishtantam vidurbuddhaha. उसको दृष्टांत कहते हैं. Now the rule is दृष्टांतेन विना रामः न पूर्वार्थो न अपूर्वार्थो वबुध्यते यथा दीपं विना रात्रौ भाण्डोपस्करणं गृहे. So in the graha, all the bhanda upaskarnas are there. It is a ratri kala. So vina deepam, even though they are there, they cannot be known. In the same way, vina drishtanta, the apurva artha, the thing which was not known to us, cannot be made without drishtanta, cannot be made understood. Therefore, that is the necessity of using the Drushtantas. That's how through the Drishtanta, the teacher teaches, properly tuned person catches that message. Wonderful it is. Now, यैर्यैः काकुत्स्थदृष्टान्तैः त्वं मयेहावबोध्यसे सर्वे सकारणास्ते हि प्राप्यन्तु सद् akaranam. See, Sad is the only one akarana, and all the drishtantas which I will be giving you to make you understand the truth, they are all sakarana. So they all fall in the karya karana zone or daira in Hindi. Only Brahman is karya karana rahita. So how the karya karana yukta upamana drishtanta will make us understand the karana karya rahita brahma tattva. Directly, if you ask the question, answer is yes, you are right. No. But it just happens through that technique of karya karana yukta drishtanta to communicate that self which is beyond karya karana. It just clicks, that's it. So you take my point that with drishtanta alone truth can be made understood. I take your point that all drishtantas belong to karya karana jagat. Yet they can communicate. That is a speciality. One need not question about how and why of it. Just use the upamana and contemplate. The truth is caught. That's what राम जी को वशिष्ठ जी उदाहरण का limitations बता रहे. Necessity also is there of दृष्टांत उपमान उदाहरण, and it has limitation also. So उपमानोपमेयानां कार्यकारणता उदिता स्वर्जयित्वा परं ब्रह्म सर्वेहं सर्वेषाम् एव विद्यते. See, parabrahma varjayitva sarvesham upamana upameyanam karyakarana ta udita. So except the parabrahma, everything in this word which is upamana and upameya, they all have karyakaranata, cause and effect. So cause and effect wala upamana, how it will help us to understand Brahman. Second, if the Brahman is understood through the upamana drishtanta, which comes under the category of karyakarana, do you mean to say that the Brahman also falls in the category of karyakaranata? No. कार्यकारण विलक्षण ही है ब्रह्म. फिर ये वाला विलक्षण ब्रह्म कार्य कारण रूपी उपमान से कैसा समझा जाता है? वो एक ही तरीका है. So without karya karana रूपी उपमान उपमेय पद्धति, the Brahman cannot be communicated. That doesn't mean Brahman has got karya karanata. He is karya karana rahita, nirvikara nirvishesha karya karana rahita tattva only it is. That is how the beauty of it. Brahman has no karana, it is not a karya. Brahman is not a karana, it has no karya coming out of it. That we have to experience. Now he continues in the next mantra. From here we have to start today. 54th mantra onwards. He says, Brahmopadeshe drishtantah yastya veha hi katyate ekadesha paratvam tat ekadesha sadharmatvam tatrantah parigruhyate. So, Brahma Upadeshe, when the Brahma Upadesha is given, Brahmapadeshe, in teaching the Brahma Jnana by the Guru to the disciple, Drushtantaha, the examples, Yaha, which one, Tava ihahi katyate, whichever are given to you, Ekadesha sadharmatvam. The sadharmya between the Drishtanta and Paramatma is Ekadeshiya. Tatra Antaha Parigruhyate. In that explanation, a wise person should understand it. See, one thing is Drishtanta will not communicate Brahma Purnataya. Okay. Drishtanta will not communicate Brahma completely. Then complete Drishtanta you should not take to understand. Like when we tell, like the serpent superimposed on the rope, the Jagat is superimposed on the Brahman. When it is said, we should not take the Sarpa, Jagat is like Sarpa poisonous. And we should not take the Brahman like the rope, the rasi, Jada Padarth. है कि नहीं? So Swamiji, you are giving the example of rope for Brahman. So the rope is Jada, so Brahman also is Jada. So you are giving the example of snake, which is a poisonous. So that means the snake superimposed on the rope, then the Jagat superimposed on Brahman. Therefore, is the Jagat poisonous? So the superimposed snake has a hood. Do you mean to say the Jagat has a hood? See, if you pull the example like that, you will not understand. What was said is in the non-apprehension of the rope, the snake is misapprehended. That is Ekadeshiya point that wanted to, that what the purpose of giving that example. You cannot have sarva sadharmyata between the drishtanta and the tattva. सर्व साधर्म्यता नहीं होगा. Everything is same नहीं हो सकता. Main point you have to catch. Up to that only the example is useful. Like when you say your son, see that neighbor's son, you learn from that fellow. So it's only ekadeshiya. Maybe one aspect that fellow is a intelligent or studious student. That is the only thing you are telling your son to learn. There may be some qualities which your son himself have better than the other fellow. And in that fellow, other than this good quality, there may be 10 other bad qualities. है ना? Do you mean to say बेटा उससे सीखो मतलब learn all the bad things? You don't say ना एक देश धर्म है ना? That is a limitation of example. Please keep it in mind. And example are the only way. So ब्रह्मोपदेशे यह दुष्टान्तः तव इह हि कथ्यते. In this study of Yoga Ramayana, to teach you Brahma Tattva is this one. Drishtanta, whatever is said, Ekadesha Sadharmatvam. Tatra Antaha Parigrihyate. So be intelligent to catch that point about the Brahman to teach which the example is given. Isn't it? Don't pull the example to too much and don't say that the example belongs to the Kalpita Jagat, how it can help in communicating the Brahman. कार्य कारण जगत का है एग्जाम्पल, वो कार्य कारण रहित ब्रह्म का कैसा वो ज्ञान करा सकता है. सो अटको मत इस तरह का अनयूजफुल यूजलेस आर्ग्यूमेंट्स आर डिस्कशंस. भगवान वशिष्ठ जी वार्निंग अस इन द बिगिनिंग ओनली. So here in this example what is meant is rope remaining as the rope without an iota of it changing on it totally opposite contrary a snake is being superimposed. है ना? Rope is non-living, सर्प is living. Rope is rough, सर्प is slimy. Rope has no hood, snake has a hood. Rope is visharahita, snake is vishayukta. Totally contrary. In the same way, on the sad vastu, the asad jagatu. On the chid vastu, the jada jagatu. The ananta atma vastu, the santa jagat of arupanama are projected. Without changing the rope, without changing, touching the Brahman. To communicate that subtle thing, the example is given. catch that point. Correct? Now, yo yo nameha dushtantah brahma tattvavabodhane diyate sasabodhavyah swapna jato jagadgatah. See, yaha yaha drushtanto nama brahma tattva avabodhane diyate. Okay, whatever drushtantas are given in teaching you the Brahma Tattva Bodha, the Saha Saha, all that example, Bodhavyaha, you must understand, Swapna Jataha, Jagat Gataha. It is like from the Jagat only, all the examples, this Jagat itself, of which an example taken, finally you understand that Jagat also is like the Swapna, it is Kalpita Mithya only. Now, these are all are very clearly studied by us in the Mandukya Upanishad in the Vaitatya and Advaita Prakaranas. See that what he is introducing. Okay, to teach Brahma Tattva, Drushtantas are used. And the Drushtantas are taken from where? From the Jagat only. Which Jagat? That which is Kalpita like a Swapna and has to be rejected. The whole Jagat has to be rejected to realize the Brahma Tattva. This contradicting, seeming contradiction, seeming what I say, disparity or non-understandability, you understand it, you accept it. जो भी उदाहरण दिया जाएगा जगत से ही दिया जाएगा. किसको समझाने के लिए? ब्रह्म तत्व को. ब्रह्म तत्व का समझ क्या है? ब्रह्म वो तत्व है जिसमें जगत है ही नहीं. स्वप्न समान जागृत जगत से ही दृष्टांत लेकर वो ब्रह्म तत्व को सिखाते हैं जिसमें जगत नहीं है, मिथ्या है, कल्पित है. सो इन दैट दी what you call it as majburi also is there of the gurus, because other than Brahman, other than the kalpita jagat, nothing is there for them to take as an example to say. Along with that, the majburi, the intelligence also of the guru we have to understand that from the rejectable jagat only he is taking the examples to teach to us the Brahma Tattva. Same thing the disciple, the student also has to follow. That he should listen to the example from this very Jagat to understand the Brahman, in the understanding of which the Jagat along with the example, all of that are finally rejected. Isn't it? So we take the example of Rajju Sarpa to prove Brahman. So in the Brahman there is no Rajju, there is no Sarpa. All are there. Ultimately is only Kalpita. The beauty of the Guru you understand, Guru's teachings, that from the Kalpita Jagat he is taking examples to teach. And that is a necessity also, there is no other way. So you also be the sincere student. Don't question him. Taking the example of Jagat, which is to be rejected, how can you teach Brahman? Because there is no other way. So when you take the example of the Jagat to teach the Brahman, is therefore the Jagat is also real like Brahman? Or is the Brahman with duality like that Jagat? Because आप ये वाला एग्जाम्पल ले रहे हो, है ना? ये वाला थोड़ा इंटेलिजेंट रहना. Brahman is not like Jagat just because Jagat example is taken. And Jagat is not real like Brahman again because Jagat example is taken. ये कह रहे हैं यह यह नाम इह दृष्टांतः ब्रह्म तत्व अवबोधने दीयते. जो भी ब्रह्म तत्व का पढ़ाने के लिए दृष्टांत दीयते दिया जाता है, सह सह बोद्धव्य, दैट हैज टू बी अंडरस्टूड बी व्हाट? स्वप्न जातः जगत गतः. स्वप्न, हाँ, इट इज लाइक द स्वप्न जातः जगत गत मीन्स लाइक द ड्रीम ओनली इज दिस जगत. एग्जाम्पल के लिए ही लिया गया है. फाइनली दैट जगत विथ इट्स ऑल examples will be rejected in the Brahma Jnana. So here you can take the help of Mandukya. The Swapna Udaharana examples are given to prove the Jagat is Mithya. Then Jagat Udaharana examples are given to prove the Satyatva of the Brahman. When the Satyatva Brahman is told with the example of the Jagat, Jagat doesn't become real. So to like the Sapna, Jagat is Mithya. So Jagat example is taken to tell Brahma Tattva. Therefore, is the Brahma Tattva Mithya? No. वो तो सत्य है. Be aware of it. Be sharp. Be subtle. Such questions 1,000 times will come because 1,000 examples will be taken by Vaashishtha ji. So those questions, doubts are nipped at the bud level only. Clarity is what? Brahma Tattva is such Tattva which cannot be proved, shown with any example completely because it is unique, like that there is nothing. But do we know that now? No. Then what is the technique of teaching? Teaching is the unknown is taught through the known. What do you know? You know the Jagat. Therefore, through the known Jagat, we teach you Brahman. That doesn't mean that the Brahman is also Mithya like the Jagat. That doesn't mean that the Jagat is real like the Brahman. Finally, what is found? Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. Satya Brahma is recognized through the Drushtanta of the Mithya Jagat. Yet, the Brahman doesn't become Mithya, Jagat doesn't become Satya. That's it. Now, he says, Evam sati nirakare brahmanyakaravan katham dushtantah iti na udyanti murkha vaikalpika uktayaha. देखो, here the murkha, the very, very ignorant person, then he only uses his own vikalpa uktis, contrary yuktis or logics to the Shastra to disprove the Brahman. So, evam sati, this being so, nirakare brahmani, in the Brahma Tattva which is nirakara, akaravan katham drushtantah, to that nirguna, nirvikara, nirakara brahman, how saguna, savikara, sakara, jagat drishtanta can be given. Therefore, we will not believe your drishtanta logic, and therefore we don't accept the Brahman beyond this Jagat. Jagat alone is real. In this way, those Murkha people who hold on to the Jagat as real never want to understand the Brahman as real. Such people we should not listen to. So, Drishtanta iti na udyanti Murkha Vaikalpika Uktayaha. For the Uktis of Vikalpas of the Murkha, there is no place because we have already explained to you. The unknown can be taught only through the known. Known is Jagat. Therefore, Jagat Drishtanta only taken for teaching the Brahman. That doesn't mean the Brahman is like the Jagat. That doesn't mean the Jagat is like the Brahman. And also we must know the Jagat has to be rejected as Kalpana and Mithya to realize the Brahman, the reality. See, these are all very sublime things. It is very thought provoking, a little heavier also onto the head. These answers given by वशिष्ठ जी to the questions of some मूर्ख. तुम्हारा ब्राह्मण कैसा होता है बताओ. They ask question. अब आंसर तो है नहीं उसके लिए, because nothing is there in this world like ब्राह्मण. तो then they say तुम्हारा ब्राह्मण नहीं है. चलो to prove to them, चलो like this vivartavada examples of प्रतिबिंबवाद examples are the avachedavada examples when we take. Again they say एग्जाम्पल तो दिख रहा है, तुम्हारा ब्राह्मण तो नहीं दिख रहा. सो देवर हम नहीं एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, और एक्सेप्ट करते हैं तो वी एक्सेप्ट इट लाइक द एग्जाम्पल. In the Taittiriya Upanishad, in one of the prasanga, very exhaustively in the Bhashya we studied this, or in Aitareya I think, है ना. What was the example? I'll tell you. Surya Bhagavan and there is a mirror or water in a balti. Surya Bhagavan's pratibimba in that mirror or let us say balti of water. That example was given to say that the Jivatma is a pratibimba chidabhasa of the Paramatma only in the Aham Vritti Antakaranaka. While explaining this, the Siddhanti told, but understand the example only to that level that through the Ahamruti, Chit is expressing a Chidabhasa. Only this much you understand. The other aspects that the Surya is so far away, then the water is here, in between there is a lot of gap, and there are two different objects. सूर्य तो अलग है, बाल्टी में पानी अलग है, वो बड़ा है, ये छोटा है, वो उतना दूर है, इधर है. In that way, don't understand like the Brahman is different, the Atman is different, and Brahman is bigger, the Atman is smaller. Both of them are distant within each other. These things, if you bring, the whole thing will become chaupat only. Isn't it? What was said was the all pervading Brahman. In that only, with its own Maya Shakti, at a one particular place, the Aham Vritti is projected. In that Aham Vritti, the Atman is reflected as Jiva. This is the thing to be understood. For that, Pratibimbavada is said. Or the Avachedavada. And Mahakasha and Ghatakash. So that doesn't mean that there is Ghatakasha other than the Mahakasha. That the Ghatakasha is smaller and it is in the shape of the Gata because of the walls of the घटा. घटा मीन्स पॉट हो या घर, एक कमरा हो, जो भी हो, उसके अंदर का स्पेस उस कमरे के स्पेस की तरह रहता है, छोटा दिखता है, बाहर के आकाश से अलग होता है. तो when the example is given, you have to understand the oneness of the Brahman and the Atman, that there are not two things, isn't it? So, in this way, the Murkha Shikhamanis who try to troll that your Brahman has no example, therefore we don't accept. If you give an example, then prove it to us, bring it in front of us. Or if you want us to accept the Brahman through example, then the Brahman also should be like this example, which is a part of this Mithya Jagat. Therefore your Brahman also is Mithya. See, the हेतुवादियों का जो वेदांत का खिलाफ बोलते हैं ना, उनके दो ही बात है. Either they say the Jagat is Satya like Brahman, or they say the Brahman is Mithya like Jagat. They don't say Brahman is Satya, Jagat Mithya. They don't want to agree. See, the problem to them is if they accept Jagat as Mithya, all the bhoga of the Jagat they have to live. I know, because it's Mithya. And also, if they accept the Brahman and Satya, we have to struggle so much again to give up the upadhis, aham tattva, etc. Ahankar. वो उनसे होता नहीं है. So better is what play the safe game. That the Brahman is not traceable by any upadhis, therefore it is not there. And we are enjoying the world with the upadhis. It is so conspicuous, so it is there, it is real. It's very gross thinkers. Lazy people. Like very many lazy people. हाँ मैं अपने गांव में हूँ, छोटा नौकरी कर रहा हूँ, पैसे मिल रहा है, 2 रोटी मिल रहा है, मेरे को काफ़ी है. It's not a philosophy that he is spending the all other time for his spirituality or Vedanta. वो तो utter lazy fellow, he eats and drinks after that, that's it. He's not a big philosopher that what's there to go to the cities and towns and work and get lot of money and then spend it for expenses. I'm a viragi. He's not viragi नहीं हो, वो तमोगुणी गंदा है वो. वैराग्य suits to the one who has got plenty. तो मजबूरी का नाम थोड़ी महात्मा गांधी होता है. You understood? मजबूर का महात्मा गांधी एग्जाम्पल मीन्स इसका पैसे कुछ है ही नहीं, लेकिन महात्मा गांधी का मैं भी बस देखिए लंगोट पहनकर घूमता हूँ. तो महात्मा गांधी और सच पीपल हैव डन इट विथ वैराग्य, ट्रू, नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ लेजीनेस एंड नॉट अर्निंग एंड पॉवर्टी. है ना? कहते हैं ना, भगवान मैं ना बंगला चाहता हूँ, ना गाड़ी चाहता हूँ, कोई पैसे नहीं चाहता, कुछ भी नहीं चाहता, सब छोड़कर मैं आपका ध्यान करता हूँ, लेकिन उससे पहले एक बार ये सारे चीजें मुझे दे दो। एक बार देने के बाद कोई पकड़ेगा क्या भगवान को? Anyway, so wonderful. Evam sati, this being so, nirakare brahmani akaravan katham drishtantah. In the nirakara brahma, how can you give a drishtanta from the akaravan jagatu? Iti na udyanti murkha vaikalpika ukta. Therefore, the uktis of the murkha people, they won't have any place or validity. If they don't understand and accept, reject them. We are here in studying of Vedanta not to convince others. We are here for us to convince ourselves and do the due inner sadhana and reach out to the Brahman. Okay. तो यहाँ कह रहे वशिष्ठ जी, in a blunt manner, in a rough and straightforward, ruthless manner, what he is saying is, I have to teach you Brahman. Brahman is an object which has no simile comparison. But anything unknown is taught only through the medium of known. What is known familiar to is the world. Therefore, from the world only I will take the example and tell you Brahman. Because of this, neither the example and example of the world becomes real, nor the Brahman becomes like Jagat. If somebody tries to argue with me, saying that, mm, saying that, how can you give the Jagat example for the Nirakara Brahman, that fellow's Murkhata I will not accept. If you are a Murkha, get out of this place. Examples ऐसे दिए जाते हैं, उसके द्वारा है तत्व समझाया जाता है, उसका अर्थ तत्व ना एग्जाम्पल की तरह है, एग्जाम्पल ना तत्व की तरह है. सच मूर्खों को यहाँ जगह नहीं है करके ही स्ट्रांगली टेलिंग. You can't waste my time and disturb me with your crooked, cruel logic of faithlessness, shraddhalessness, isn't it? That's a big problem, Vedanta. By ourselves, we cannot know the truth. We have to listen to someone. Someone cannot tell us without the examples of the world. And with all the telling, finally, you'll have to say, such Brahman which is proved to you through the Jagat alone is real, which is not seen. And the Jagat seen, which is so much seen, experienced, and whose example we took to tell you Brahman, that Jagat is Mithya. सुनने वालों को वो होता है, थोड़ा टाइम लगता है. He also has his own limitations and frustration. Going through and crossing all these frustrations is our genius. है crossing, going through and crossing them. When we go through, we'll cross them one day. He says that one. Evam sati nirakare brahmani akaravan katham drushtantah iti na udyanti murkha vaikalpika uktayah. तो मूर्खों के विकल्पना से बने हुए उनकी उक्तियों का यहाँ कोई जगह नहीं है. ओके. इन द सेम वे अन्य सिद्ध विरुद्धादि दृष्टांत प्रदूषणैः स्वप्नोपमत्वात् जगतः समुदेति न किंचन. Very cute point it is. Another type of arguing people. Anya, who are they? Asiddha and viruddha. They say your drishtanta cannot give the siddhi of the Paramatma. And Paramatma and the drishtanta are viruddha. Therefore, drishtanta pradushana. They do the pradushana, censuring of druk and drishtanta. There this argument also will not be valid, because the drishtanta which we gave you is from the Jagat, which is from the Sapna. Therefore, Sapna समान जगत से जो दृष्टांत दिया है उसका कोई वैलिडिटी नहीं होने के कारण that one will not do दूषिता of the pure ब्रह्म तत्व. So स्वप्न उपमत्वात् जगतः समुदेति न किंचन. Therefore these दृष्टांतास, whether we accept or not, won't touch our ब्रह्मन. तो कल्पित जगत का एग्जाम्पल हम लेके ब्रह्म का समझाते. ठीक है. अब तुम लोग कहते हो ये जगत कल्पित है, इसका एग्जाम्पल ब्रह्म का सिखा नहीं सकता. In that case, we will leave you the kalpita jagat to your self and you drop the jagat. That kalpit jagat won't touch the Brahman. Brahman doesn't depend on your jagat and its examples. So, Anya asiddha viruddhadi druk drishtanta pradushanai. Druk is Atman, drishtanta is example of the Jagat. Pradushana, दोनों का दूषण करने लोग होते हैं. So what is they say? ये वो अन्य है. जगत तो अनरियल मिथ्या, ब्रह्मन इज रियल. देन दोनों विरुद्ध है. So anya or viruddha, how can you give this example to teach that one? The fools who say for that, swapna upamatvat jagataha. The whole jagat being a reason is from swapna, like it is mithya. Whether that example taken or not, understood or not, given or not, luckily Brahma का कुछ बिगड़ता नहीं. In other words, when I teach you Brahman, when I teach you Brahman through the examples, when you are not able to reconcile it, therefore, you want to drop the example, you want to drop the Anveshana because you are not able to reconcile between Durga and Drishtanta. You are at loss. Brahman को कोई नुकसान नहीं होता. Brahman is safe. It means Brahman doesn't depend for its existence on any Drishtanta. Drishtanta is required for you and me to understand the Brahman. Isn't it? Not from Brahma. ब्रह्मा अस्तित्व तो स्वयं सत्ता है ना. और सत्स्वरूप को रहने के लिए और कोई दूसरी चीज की क्या जरूरत है? Does Brahman depend on anything for its existence? Why? It itself is existence. यार, everything else is existing because of him. In fact, the satta of the snake only, rope only, is taken by the snake for its satta, even though it is there temporarily. So mithya jagat na. So who is the adhisthana for the mithya jagat? The Brahman only. See, mithya jagadadhisthana muktida mukti rupini lasya priyalaya kari rajjarambadi vandita mithya jagadadhisthana. The Lalita Tripura Sundari. So again you can feel the whole thing. Brahmana, Nirguna, Nirvikara, Nirvishesha, Nirakara. You cannot talk about it in any way, much less you take the example of this world to communicate that Brahman. But then there is no other way. Isn't it? Even the Udaharana of the Jagat also, if you don't take, then nowhere, never you will be able to even intellectually grasp the Brahman. Forget about doing due sadhana and realizing it. So, therefore, somewhere we have to begin. And that beginning is trying to understand Brahman intellectually, comprehend it through the examples given of this very world. Thereafter, at the highest level of meditational heights, once the Brahman is realized, remember, the conceptualization of the Brahman and understanding level of Brahman, that also is rejected. To explain intellectually the Brahman, whatever the examples are taken, those examples are rejected. And all the examples are there in the Jagat. Jagat itself is also rejected. मिथ्या है ना वो सब, कल्पित है वो. In this way, अन्य असिद्ध विरुद्ध आदि दृक् दृष्टान्त प्रदूषणैः स्वप्न उपमत्वात् जगतः समुदेति न किंचन. Jagata samudaya kinchana means what? To the Brahman, the Jagat Tattva will not come, and Jagat will not do the Dushana of the Brahman. When the Jagat is there or not there, nothing happens to Brahman. He remains as he is. It is you, by using the Jagat example, while comprehending the Brahman, to kick the Jagat, to enter into Brahman, to become one with it, in which there is nothing like us, Jagat, etc. अब अनुभव आ गया. You know, the X factor you take to find a solution to a mathematical problem. Once the number of mangoes are known, अरे इसने X ने बहुत help किया करके, you won't hold the X, ना, you just throw the X. X is equal to 22 हो गया, X is gone. So the X is the X factor is the upamana from the Jagat to tell you the unknown, the Brahman. Once the Brahman is reached, the upamana is not required. It is Swayam Siddha. But right now we don't experience it. Therefore, the need of the explanation through example belonging to the Jagat, which has to be rejected. Then, avastu purva parayoho vartamane vicharitam yatha jagrat tatha swapnaha siddham abalamagatam. And in rejecting the Jagat, while apprehending the Paramatma Tattva, the Jagat Mithyatva is known to every child what is difficult to understand. So simple it is. The Mandukya Upanishads, two famous mantras. One from Vaitatya Prakaranam, second from the Advaita Prakaranam, or maybe Alata Shanti. They are indirectly quoted here. Why do you say the Swapna is unreal, Baba? Because it was not there when I was now in the waking, when I was yesterday in the waking plane. Night it came, and today when I got up, Swapna is not there. Was there it in the beginning? No. Was there at the end? No. Then that which was not there in the beginning, not there in the end, in between also it is not there, but appeared. Therefore, it is only appearance, it is not real. So the mantra from Vaidyathya Prakarana was आदावन्ते च यन्नास्ति वर्तमानेऽपि तत्तथा विततैः सदृशाः सन्तः अविदता इव कल्पिताः आदौ अन्ते च यत् नास्ति वर्तमानेऽपि तत् तथा beginning mud is there, beginning part was not there, आदौ नास्ति, end में out of breakage part is not there, वर्तमाने even now also part is not there but appearing, वर्तमाने भी तत् तथा एवरीवेयर ऑर्नामेंट इन द बिगिनिंग नहीं है, बाद में नहीं, बीच में दिख रहा है. Therefore the swapna is rejected as real. Same is jagat. In the pure Brahman in the beginning, no jagat was there. You know that starting mantra of the Aitariya Upanishad. Atmava idam ekameva agre asit na anyat kinchanam ishat. Even little bhi nahi tha. Again when the Brahman is realized, there will be no jagat at all later on. Therefore in between, it appeared but it was not there. Therefore, it is appearance, not real, easy to reject. The next mantra used in the next prakarana is same thing. What is that? Adavantecha yadasti vartamanepi tattata. So in the beginning gold was there, end is gold was there. In between appeared like gold ornament, but it is gold only. So in begin Brahman was there. Later on Brahman alone. In between it appeared like Jagat, but it is Brahman only. The first one is called as the Anvaya Paddhati, wherein even at the time of appearance of Jagat, the Brahman alone is apprehended in it. Second one is called Vyatireka Paddhati, where is even though you see the Jagat, but it is still Brahman only in that form. So through Anvaya Paddhati, through Vyatireka Paddhati, in both cases, the ornament's reality is rejected, the gold's reality is understood. So too, the Brahman alone is real, the entire Jagat is Kalpita. So, because of this reason, Tata Swapna Siddham Abalamag, just like Swapna, Jagrad also, Mithya, little दिमाग जिसको है वो easily समझ सकते कि स्वप्नवत जगत मिथ्या कल्पितम, and there can be no mithya kalpana without adhisthana, and the adhisthana is pure Brahman, and anything kalpita will never touch the adhisthana. The kalpita sarpas visha will not touch the rope, है ना. बंदे को ना रस्सी पता चल गया, रस्सी है करके पकड़ लिया, इमीडिएटली पॉइजन आ गया, उनको मर गया बंदा. अरे हाउ डिड ही डाई? बिकॉज ऑफ पॉइजन. हाउ कम द पॉइजन? बिकॉज ऑफ द रोप. हाउ? बिकॉज बिफोर दैट ऑन द रोप देयर आर स्नेक्स सुपर इम्पोज्ड, सो स्नेक्स पॉइजन वेंट इनटू द रोप. ऐसा होता है क्या? नहीं होता ना. लाइक यूर टीवी स्क्रीन, a wonderful तिजोरी is shown of some करोड़पति. तिजोरी खोलते ही करोड़ों रुपए धन जवाहरात सब दिखा. तो डू यू विल गो इनटू द टीवी एंड टेक इट? ओनली तार वार सब मिलेंगे आपको, तिजोरी नहीं मिलेगा. Because that projected gold will not be there on that screen. Gold and ornaments. नहीं ना. अगर ऐसी बात होती है तो एनी ऑफ द प्रोग्राम यू कैन चैनल ट्यून करो, देन टीवी में से वो चीज़ को ले लो, हो गया. यू वांट टू ईट अ फूड, देन ब्रिंग एनी ऑनलाइन यूट्यूब का सम होटल का नाइस द फूड आइटम्स का वो सीन ले आओ, एंड देन खाना ले लो उस स्क्रीन में से और खा लो. नहीं होगा ना. इन द सेम वे नाउ अवस्तु पूरा परयो, ये बोल दिया हमने. Yatha Jagrat Tata Swapna Siddham Abalamagatam. 58th mantra. Now 59. Swapna Sankalpana Dhyana Varashapaushadadibihi Yathartha Iha Drushthantaha Tadrupatvat Jagatstite. See, Swapna Sankalpana Dhyana Varashapa Aushadadibihi Yathartha Iha Drushthantaha Tadrupatvat Jagatstite. Krishna Vasudeva. These examples are given in Vedanta in all the Shastras. To prove one is Mithya and other also Mithya. What is it is? Like there is a hunger in the dream. To whom? The one who ate like a buffalo going to 3 marriages, उनमें तीनों में इसको बुलाए नहीं, फिर भी खा के दम खा के आया, सो गया. In the dream he is feeling so hungry. So the Jagrat Avastha eaten food has not removed the hunger of this dream. So too, in the waking plane somebody has hunger. The dream food will not remove his hunger of the waking plane. In this way, because of the dream food, the Jagrat hunger has not gone away, therefore dream food is unreal. So too, because of the Jagrat Bhojana or money, the dream food's hunger or disease with medicine or the poverty with the money has not gone away. So the medicine, the food, the riches of the Jagrat will not remove the roga, hunger and poverty of the Swapna. Vice versa. Therefore, Jagrat also Mithya because it is not always there. Not its things are useful in the Swapna. Swapna also Mithya because Jagrat के चीज उसमें काम को नहीं आ रहे और दोनों मिथ्या है in the pure Brahman. That is the main point. So here examples are Swapna and Sankalpa. Then or Dhyana. Vara, Shapa, Aushadha. Mean. Vara, Shapa means somebody helped you. That's called Vara. Shapa means somebody cursed you or troubled you or cheated you. So the trouble, curse, cheating done in the dream do not apply in the waking. The help done in the Jagrat will not help in the dream. Wonder if somebody comes and asks you, "De do mera 10,000 rupees." You say, "Mera 10,000, what do you mean?" He says, "मैंने दिया ना तुमको." कब दिया? तुम पागल हो क्या? You ask, "नहीं, I gave you." Where did I give you? When did I take you? You forgot or what? Yesterday you came in my dream and you asked, I gave you 10,000. If you are a Vedanti, what will I? Oh, that nothing. Tomorrow dream I will give you. You won't bring from your almirah 10,000 give that fellow. है कि नहीं? तुम कहोगे ना, अच्छा कल सपने में आकर मैंने 10,000 लिया ना, या आज के सपने में देता हूँ जा. Otherwise it will be confusing, How chaotic it will be. Like in dream, you got a dream that you are a boss and your boss is subordinate. And next day you can't go to the office and say, अब नीचे बैठ मेरे को ऊपर बैठना है because मैं ऑफिसर बन गया. How chaotic the life will be. So in this way, they are invalid. They are all not satya at all. That is enough to prove they are all mithya kalpita. Satya means that which is there at all periods of time. That is only Brahman, the truth, the reality. बाकी सारे आते हैं जाते हैं. वो आना जाना को ही मिथ्या कहते. वो किसके ऊपर आता है, किसके ऊपर जाता है? अधिष्ठान. Like the water is adhisthana. Wave, bubbles आए हैं गए हैं. Same way the gold is substratum. The ornaments have come and gone. Understood? In that way, now mokshopaya krita grantha karenanyepi ye kritaha grantaha teshu iyameva eka vivastha bodhya bodhane. So this grantha karta, me, Vaashishtha, who has given not only this shastra, any other shastras given by me, and like me, any of the acharyas, gurus, any number of shastras they give to teach the Paramatma Tattva. In the bodhana of that Paramatma Tattva, This is the only paddhati. There is no other way. So whichever the shastra you study, don't get lost in the udaharana and don't say that udaharana is not useful. And because you use the udaharana, don't say the jagat is real. And because you have used the udaharana to prove the jagat, Paramatma, don't say Paramatma is a part of the jagat. Is like the jagat. No, he is beyond all this. To comprehend him, this is what examples that will work. Udaharanas are like catalysts. They help us in catching the truth. But they will not be there. They are also part of the untruth only. It's like the chasing of the lion or the big rains in the dream wakes us up. Chasing of the lion has woken up. It has chased and just pounced and attacked us. उस डर के मारे हम जागृत हो जाते. तो फिर स्वप्न का जो शेर का पीछे पड़ना कारण हुआ जागृत में आने को. That doesn't mean that share and chasing is real. And also, it doesn't mean that it has not helped in waking up. Many of the times we wake up in the dream because of these things also. You are enjoying the dream, suddenly you feel Swamiji is giving satsang, and that you don't like, and suddenly you wake up. And you tell that example to me. Then I tell my satsang, if it is not helping you in waking up this way, at least that way it has awakened you. I am happy. Is it? होता है कि नहीं कभी भयंकर स्वप्न आ जाता. सडनली उठ जाते, जनरली भयंकर ही होते हैं. अच्छे स्वप्न तो और भी आप चाहते हो, आज स्वामी ने छुट्टी दिया, कल भी छुट्टी दिया, मैंने नहीं दिया. यू आर ड्रीमिंग. Narayana. So, this what the name of this chapter? Dushtanta Nirupanam. Ha! कि without दृष्टांत का तत्व cannot be taught. That doesn't mean the tattva is like any aspect of the drishtanta, nor it means drishtanta is as real as the tattva. Drishtanta and drishtanta yukta jagat. We will see. These things you keep in mind when we read that further text. You will see what Vaashishtha was saying is correct there. So Bhagavan's saying is what? Don't become murkha. That I will not use the example. Don't be the murkha to say that therefore the Brahman is like a part of Jagat. Don't be the murkha to say that you took the example of Jagat, therefore Jagat must be real like Brahman. Mhm. Right? And lot of examples they give. The two famous examples are three examples. One, with one kanta, another kanta जो चुबा है, we remove it. Then throw both of them. Example one. Two example, in the good olden days to purify the water, they add the alum on the water. It makes a film and it gets settled. While it settles, it takes all the dust particles that are hanging in the water, making it impure. Now the dust and the alum, both of them settle. What remains is pure water. Two examples. Third one, we have disease. Disease causing microbes. We take antibiotics, medicine. So that medicine acts to kill that bacteria. But remember that medicine also goes out along with the dead bacteria from the body. Otherwise वो भी poison है. द मेडिसिन को 3-4 साल क्यों लगते हैं उसका फाइनल पेटेंट देने के लिए या अप्रूव करने के लिए by international medical whatever agency, because every aspect they have to see. What are the main aspects there? Remember that medicine is given to kill the microbes, means what? It is a poison. So that poison medicine should kill the microbe, not the person. That's why most of the deaths in India happen because of overdosage of medicine. Overdoses of medicine, overeating, over medicine. These are the causes for death. Where doctors are careless, you know that बहुत सारे हैं, क्या बताएं. They are also human beings. They have limitations. So that aspect I will not go. So this medicine, it's also a poison. As quickly as it kills the germs or disease causing things, so quickly it doesn't go out of the system. it creates such a havoc in the stomach. Even food is a medicine, but heavy food is a poison, is it not? ज़्यादा खा के कितने परेशान होते लोग वो हजम होने तक। ये तो हर दिन हमारा अनुभव है 4-4 बार। अब मुझे ऐसे एग्ज़ाम्पल दो ना मीठे-मीठे रहते हैं, है ना? सुनने को अच्छे लगते हैं। Food should give you contentment and all, but little more food you have eaten, how terrible it is. And without eating food also, no problem, isn't it? And the food is for the energy. The energy aspect, the food consumed by the body, the unwanted material which was carrying that food, it has to be thrown out. Any number of things online you book, the object inside you take it, the cover you throw away, na? In that way. We have 7, 8, 9 more slokas to study. We'll see them tomorrow. With this sarga will be over. Then this is the Dushtanta Nirupanam. The next sarga will be called as Pramana Nirupanam. Then the last one will be to do all these exercises. थोड़ा जिंदगी में ना एक डिसिप्लिन रखो, उसको कहते हैं सदाचार, सदाचार निरूपण. In that way, having prepared us, Vaashishtha starts taking up. Third, the Utpatti Prakarana to teach us the sublime knowledge that the Brahman alone is there. Jagat which you see, its Utpatti never happened. In the second Prakarana, Jagat Sthiti is there not because Jagat is there. It is your Ahankara which is sustaining the Jagat. Then these are the knowledges by which the seen Jagat's Pralaya is achieved. Therefore, Utpatti Prakarana, Sthiti Prakarana, Upashama Prakarana. From our mind, then when the value for Jagat is gone away, uska Srushti Sthiti Laya, then the question comes on which this Jagat Srushti Sthiti Laya was projected, superimposed, that's Brahman. That Brahman is taught in the Nirvana Prakarana in 14,500 slokas. देखो हमारा और योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण का एक सिमिली है, एक सिमिलैरिटी क्या है? This Yoga Vasis Ramayana has 32,000 slokas. All of that we study, still we understand nothing. And you and I also, 8,000 lectures we have done, still nothing is understood. मजा है कि नहीं? 8,000 हो गया अभी लेक्चर हमारा, 8,300 or 200. In last just 4.5 years, not even 5 complete. 2020 May 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. तो अभी कहाँ 5 साल हुआ ही नहीं, 4.5 साल करेक्ट. But this is the way when it goes on happening. In the next portion, इसमें है ना दूसरे टेक्स्ट में, इसी में कहेंगे हमको, हाँ exactly after 2-3 श्लोकास, कि just like you wake up from the dream is delusion, waking is realized. No, in that way in Vedanta, just like that you got the intellectual knowledge, the realization of the Brahman, Mityatva of the Jagat, suddenly नहीं होता. You have to work on your samskaras, your habits, your identification upadhis. That big process is there. जितना आसान उदाहरण में होता है एग्जाम्पल में, उतना आसान नहीं होगा करके श्री स्वप्नाबत्तम च जगतः श्रुते शास्त्रे बोध्यते शीघ्रम न पारेते वक्तुम वाक्किल क्रमवर्तिनी स्वप्न संकल्पना ध्यान. The 61, 62 mantras talk about that topic only. Tomorrow we'll see that, friends. Good, there you are. Ha 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 ha. This is an exercise when you do, intellect becomes sharper and subtler and wider and deeper, and then starts little by little grasping the Vedanta. Maybe in 7, 8, 9 lives, will be sufficient enough in our intellectual maturity to catch the heart of the Upanishads, heart of the Guru who is teaching. Then, with that as a support or anchor, we also delve deep in our outer and inner sadhanas. Outer sadhanas we do to become introverted. Internal sadhanas we do to transcend the inner koshas. There we go deep into the experience of the self. वो होने के बाद ऐसा तमाशा होएगा कि I am the सर्वव्यापकम ब्रह्मन. That अनुभूति is there. Thereafter, the whole world is there hanging in me without becoming a load for me. Because it is like entire world is in the space. But is that world creating any heaviness load to the space? It won't, because that whole world is nothing but the projection on the space infinite. So the entire world is the projection on me. Therefore, that never becomes a load. It's not other than me. You know, like that mother 9 months she carries the child. वो heavy होता ही नहीं. वो जन्म लेने के बाद 2 मिनट कंधे में लगाओ, it starts becoming heavy. Or the other example in train, somebody your own child put their head on your shoulder. बस में ट्रेन में 10 मिनट में आपको आपका कंधा बोझ होता है. But your head is on your shoulder from last 70 years. That doesn't become heavy. Don't give me that answer, Swami, because it is empty. That may be true. Then my example is not correct. So, generally, our head is not heavy to our shoulder because it's not other than me. But somebody's head, a small child, 10 मिनट भी पकड़ लिया बोझ होता है. These are all examples to say that this heaviness only is anatma. When it is everything is atman, tatra ko moha kashoka ekatvam anupashyatah tato navijugupsate. All these mantras come. May we be consistent, sincere in this path, and ere long understand the sublime truth. Thank you. Amma. Rama Rama. Om na tatra suryo bhati na chandra nema vidyuto tameva bha tasya bhas mangalam tatpurusham सहस्रता. बोल श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्र सब संत सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज. बोल श्री सप्तऋषि देवतागण की जय. भारत माता की जय. सनातन धर्म की वैदिक हिंदू आध्यात्मिक जीवन विधान की जय. आइए संतों, लेट अस डू हिंदी सत्संग.